Glory to God in the highest, and on earth, peace to men of goodwill. Those were the first words that were ever spoken on the radio. It was a Canadian inventor, Reginald Fessenden, who used AM on a sine wave carrier on Christmas Eve 1906. And that came from Brant Rock, Massachusetts. In December 1919, XWA, which stood for Experimental Wireless Apparatus, went on the air in Montreal, Canada. That same station is known today as CINW, and they use our product, MusicMaster. Through 1922, radio evolved from a high-tech hobby to a very popular social media pastime. I don't think it's running. There we go. I get extra time. Borrowing a term from horse racing, Walter Winchell coined the term disc jockey in 1935. By 1952, while radio was losing its strict programming audience to television, KOWH in Omaha, Nebraska started spinning hit records all day to become America's first top 40 station. The Telecommunications Act of 1996 launched the consolidation of hundreds of local radio stations into a relatively small number of group owners. Cutbacks in local staffing followed, and voice tracking made it possible to program radio stations remotely. One downside of this, some say, was the elimination of the farm system that had cultivated radio talent in the past. Terrestrial radio will need to evolve again, just as it did when television arrived on the scene, but it will always require entertaining content, and so will internet radio. I believe that internet radio, internet streaming, can become the farm system for new talent today, particularly from independent hobby broadcasters who develop new ways to entertain people. To help cultivate internet radio as a hobby, we've introduced MusicMaster Personal Edition. Using this system, small independent broadcasters have access to the same powerful music scheduling tools that commercial terrestrial radio stations employ. It all starts with entering some metadata into your music library. Songs are moved into categories, and those categories are mapped out on an hourly format clock. The number of songs played and the number of times each category is scheduled determines the frequency of repetition for each song. Using different size categories, MusicMaster creates a constantly changing mix of music with optimum spread of artists and genres. MusicMaster's powerful and flexible rule tree gives hobby broadcasters the same control over their music that professional broadcasters use. This is where the user teaches the software how they want the music to be blended and mixed, and which types of musical patterns or segues to avoid. Computers were built to do mathematical calculations, and today they do it very well. Personal Edition tells you how your music will rotate in advance, and you can use this tool to create a music experience on your stream that always sounds exactly the way you want. Once you have the songs entered, MusicMaster Personal Edition can immediately begin scheduling and playing those songs. You have the option to pre-schedule music in advance and make changes in the schedule ahead of time, but you don't need to. It can all be done for you automatically. An integrated player automatically plays the music for you, complete with cross-faded segues between elements, and it can deliver an analog output or a fully encoded stream ready for internet distribution. The player can keep the music going indefinitely without the need for pre-scheduling and exporting logs or any other manual labor. Once your stream is being generated by MusicMaster Personal Edition, you can direct it to your personalized channel on streaming relay services such as Live 365. What does all this cost? You pay for the Live 365 service separately, but MusicMaster Personal Edition can be bought for under $300. Live 365 calculates and pays the performance royalties for you. The title and artist information is automatically broadcast by MusicMaster's player, and that metadata is made available to your listeners on the Live 365 website, mobile apps, and other platforms such as TiVo DVRs that offer access to their array of channels. MusicMaster Personal Edition comes with telephone support. Initially, our music scheduling consultants stand by to help you get your channel up and running as quickly as possible. And after that initial support, support is available for a small per incident fee. MusicMaster and Live 365 actually make it easy for you to express yourself through internet streaming. In no time, the radio station that someone has been hearing in their head can be heard by hundreds, thousands, and maybe millions of people all over the world. You might be the experimenter who creates the next big thing in entertainment. What we're doing is pushing some of the technical roadblocks out of your way. Once your dream station is on the air, let us know. We'll let the radio industry know all about it through our newsletter. Who knows, maybe one of the big terrestrial broadcasters will check out your stream, like what they're hearing, and invite you to join forces with them. Or maybe you'd rather just keep rolling your own and let them twist in the wind for a change. Once your station is up and running, MusicMaster gives you a variety of tools that let you monitor everything. You can see where each song, artist, or album was played, and make sure they're all playing with the frequency you desire. You can also make adjustments to your sound at any time to keep things fresh and ever-changing. MusicMaster is basically the car, and you're the driver. You can create your own website to support your internet station and provide additional content to your audience. To hear MusicMaster streaming through Live 365, check out one of our channels at musicmasteroldies.com. You can also hear us at blendella.com, where we even let the listeners help schedule the music following our scheduling rules and format blocks. Unlike terrestrial radio stations, your online audience is potentially global, and you know exactly how many people are listening at any given time. Live 365 gives you reports that will tell you exactly how many listeners you have, how long they listen, where they're listening from. You'll be amazed at the range that you have with an internet radio station. This concludes my little presentation. I hope some of you liked what I had to say. Hopefully I managed to stay on track, so the slides met my copy and stayed in sync. Please stand by for some more amazing content after the break, and thank you, and please help thank Kurt Hansen and the RAIN Summit for making all this possible.